Hi, everybody. Chris Prue in the North Conway studio, and we are joined remotely by Genn Anzaldi, who's on the board of the Valley Originals and also the owner and operator of the JTown Deli in Jackson Village, New Hampshire. And we're going to talk about everything happening in the world of restaurants right now, particularly the Valley Originals here in the Mount Washington Valley. Thanks so much for joining us, Genn.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
It's obviously been a crazy few months for you and for everybody else here in the Mount Washington Valley and really the entire world. What is the latest on restaurant operation in the Mount Washington Valley? What are locals and now visitors coming up to the Valley going to expect when they visit some of our restaurants?
Well, they're going to expect a lot of hard work is going into the reopening phase for us. We most of our members are now back open in the last several weeks, so that's fabulous news. And it really is independent based on the location of the restaurant, the size of the restaurant, and how the owners feel about, are they opening inside? Because right now we're at 6 feet distance, about 60% capacity. But some people are electing to keep the outside going and not open the inside. So I would recommend people drive by, or look at the individual website or Facebook pages of each place, or call is the best way to find out. But we are jazzed and ready to go.
Yeah, everybody's doing something a little bit differently depending on kind of, how they're feeling and what they're capable of doing. And I imagine some might even be taking reservations still for where they might have not in the past.
Yeah, so definitely call and find out what's going on at your favorite restaurant or try something new. You'd be pleasantly surprised.
And it's been quite the evolution from takeout only to there was a short while people were allowed to have dining out of doors, and now obviously we have the indoor dining. So it's really been a kind of a fast pace of adapting to what's allowed.
It's been a little crazy. You have people, they tell you on a Friday, oh, on Sunday you can start to open, and now you have to gather your staff, change your menu, get all kinds of things going, and rearrange your seating as we did here to accommodate things on top of training your staff and making sure your customers know that in addition to the regular sanitation that we already do being in the restaurant business, there's these few other things that we need to do to keep our staff safe and our customers safe. So yeah, it's been crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that everybody should know is that it's not business as usual, even though we are slowly reopening. So always keep that in mind, no matter what you're doing. If you're visiting one of the attractions in the area, one of the retail shops, or if you're going out to eat, it's not going to be the same experience that you're used to for so many different reasons. But if there's any organization that is going to make it you're dining out a pleasant experience, it is the Valley Originals, because you guys are all owned and operated restaurants, locally owned and operated restaurants. And tell us a little bit about, we were talking before this interview about how this tight organization has really gotten even tighter through this ordeal, bouncing things off each other and really being there to support each other through this.
Oh, it's been horrible, the whole, virus, but we went to weekly, if not daily, Zoom meetings with everybody, which were hilarious at some points, to just share our best practices as to what we were doing, just going through the loan processes, helping our employees with unemployment. We were lucky enough to have the ear of Jeb Bradley, Chris Pappas's organization, come on board to try and help us and see how they could help us with the loan processes and extending the loans, all that type of stuff. And then Mike Sumner's organization from the Restaurant Association, and how we can do sanitation and lobbying for us in the restaurant business. And then just our own personal, like some people were stranded out of state and they just got back, they were gone all 3 months and trying to run their business remotely as best they could. So there was a lot of shared camaraderie and support. We don't hold, and we're not competitive with each other by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a big family trying to work it out. And we actually are mostly concerned as well with our donation fund, because we're not open, so we're not making the money that goes into our donation fund. So we're really a little stressed about making sure that the folks that we donate to on a regular basis that look forward to that money consistently are able to get it. So
right. When you talk about donation fund, obviously you're not talking about donations to the Valley Originals. That you're talking about what the Valley Original restaurants as a group donates to this community on an annual basis, which is a staggering, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's close to $400,000 a year we give out. And we definitely have some regulars that we give significant money to that rely on it. And we're trying to make sure that everybody, we want to make sure we can keep our commitments.
Right.
So it's crazy. So we have an idea.
Even as restaurants are, worried about their business, you're still worried about, serving your community. And you have come up with an idea for this donation fund, which is going to make some people laugh out there.
Yeah. So we came up and designed, we had one of our, Leslie from the old Thompson House came up and designed a t-shirt for us, which we're selling at any Valley Original that is open. It's $15 and all the money goes into our donation fund. So here's the back of the t-shirt. And then there's the bottom.
The Valley Originals, love it.
If $15 will all go right into, 100% will go into our donation fund.
All right. So if we see just an army of people wearing those T-shirts all around the Mount Washington Valley, we know the community is in good shape because we're putting money into that donation fund of the Valley Originals.
And it's a nice T-shirt too, like good quality.
It feels good. That's the most important thing, that you're comfortable in the Fork the Virus T-shirt. Say that fast 5 times. So what is new over at the JTown Deli in Jackson?
Oh, so we have been busy at work over here at JTown as well. And we have finally been successful as one of very few places in New Hampshire to have dual liquor license. So we can continue to sell our beer and wine off-site, which I'm very excited about. But now we're going to be serving beer, wine, and some fun other sangrias and moonshine lemonade and some mules here at JTown as well. So when you're done with your hike or your frolic at the falls, you can come in, or your round of golf right across the street. You feel free to stop in here at JTown, and you are more than welcome to refresh yourself.
That's gonna be perfect. Whether again you're finishing a day of hiking or playing a round of golf over at the Wentworth, perhaps. Nothing will go better with those craft sandwiches that you guys make over there. So you can now enjoy yourself completely.
Yeah, so we're pretty psyched about that. Yeah.
All right. And how are things going? Are you still doing a lot of takeout? Now people are looking for options on ways to eat during this time. You can either eat in do you do dinner, or is it just lunch right now at the
We have breakfast and lunch. So next week we start opening again at 8. So we were opening at 10. So next week will be 8 to 6 every day, which is another new. And so we have breakfast. You can dine outside, you can dine inside, and now the Jackson Falls are back open as well. So you can also take your food to the Jackson Falls or wherever you want to. So we've had a great business. We do have meals to go. So we have dinners to go. You can take them as well, and breakfast and lunch take out. And we have a huge bakery section and milk and all that stuff. So you'd be pretty set if you stopped in here. And T-shirts.
Fantastic. Yes, they've got you covered. Don't forget the Fork the Virus T-shirt, which will help raise money for the Valley Originals Donation Fund, which goes to help all the different nonprofits and organizations in need here in the Mount Washington Valley. They really are a huge part of what makes this community so great. Jen, anything else we missed?
Yeah, I wanted to thank you guys and your staff for all that you guys are doing to keep the community together and informed, and our guests as well in the Valley up to date with everything. So thank you.
Well, we try. It's we've been proud to do what we can during this time, and it makes it easy when our job is interviewing people like yourself. So thank you for that, and you're very welcome for doing what we can.
Great.
All right, Jen, thank you so much. Genn Anzaldi, the Valley Originals. I think you can go, it's thevalleyoriginals.com or .org?
Correct.
.com. thevalleyoriginals.com. That has a complete list of all the restaurants, so you can decide what looks good to you. And remember to probably call ahead just to be sure, because everybody has a little bit of a different operating procedure.
And they're changing hourly, so.
Exactly. But one thing's for certain, good food at the Valley Originals. All right, Jen, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Chris.